Hello, Maddie from Hello Interloper here. Today we're going to be talking about Defenders of Texel, which is a nice alternative to Blood Brothers because it's pretty similar, made by the same company, and generally is a lot of fun. It's a perfect game to play while you're waiting for energy to go back up in Blood Brothers or while you're waiting for your morale to go up. So, I will teach you today how to start off on the right foot, get some rares really early on, and take advantage of some pretty limited giveaways. So I'm going to make a new account first of all because this is on my iPod because I can record what I'm doing on my iPod. I can't do that on my iPhone. So I'm making a new account called Hey There People. You can of course make a new account or use your current account. One weird thing about this game is when I did download it on my iPhone, it gave me the option to make a new account, which is rather odd for any MOBA game. So, anyway, let's start out. There is a special promotion that you get to take part in. You get $3 worth of items when you start now, and you also get a limited fighter that used to be given away during an event and might not be given away later on. So, you just pretty much click the Sounds Good button at the bottom, and we go into the beginning. So basically, I'm not going to read directly from here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the world of Texel. Basically, Texel is a kind of universe or dimension, and you come in, you, as in really you, come in as the defender through a portal called the Iris. And it turns out you weren't the first person who came in through the Iris. There was also the Exos. So I'm going to pause right here. The Exos, as you can see here, are kind of like robots, but everything in this world is made out of pixels. So the Exos are taking over and killing the Texelians, I guess you would call them, and absorbing their pixels to reproduce each other. And so this guy, he goes running over to you, he knocks into you, and goes, Defender! But of course he gets blown up. Then you realize, oh gosh, I'm still holding his hand. That's rather awkward. And it's kind of funny because this hand is going to be your little guide throughout the game. Yes, I don't know how a hand can talk to you when it's just a hand, but it's a game. So, this is what's really different from Blood Brothers. You have a party of 9, and you get to swipe a line to choose who fights in a certain round. So, first line, second line, third line, and they all go in order. So, we're going to see how that battles out. And I'm sorry about the lag, because this is on a very old iPod. It's pretty slow. So, this EXO is going to use an attack, hurt all of us. I'm going to fight back. That was my first line. There goes my second line. And, of course, I get hit. So, pretty much just a simple fight. Of course, this is very simple because none of these guys have skills. They're just going to go over skills later, but now I get to create my own formation. I don't have to follow the tutorial. So I'm going to choose guys who aren't dead. The guy in the middle is almost dead, so I don't exactly want to get him killed, or her, actually. So he's going to attack, and we're going to finish this guy off. You win! No surprise there, it's a tutorial. But once you finish that little tutorial fight, you get to choose between 3 different tribes. Now, the tribes, there really isn't much difference between the tribes, other than the fact that there are eventually events where certain tribes are best in certain dungeons. It's kind of like the Blood Brothers special dungeons where you had multiple towers, and now it's pretty much just 3 towers, so to speak. But anyway, there's Xana, Hemi, and Theri. And Xana is most human-like. Hemi tends to be winged, just anything with wings. And Theri is more of an animalistic tribe. So I am going to choose Theri just because I think Theri are the coolest. And none of them really have an advantage except in those special dungeons. So it's good to have everything for those special dungeons. So I'm going to continue here, and I'm going to be getting some nice things. I get an uncommon, and a rare, which is pretty cool. And now that we got these new guys, we get to go into the next fight. So, the rare I got has a skill, and a lot of guys you have will have skills. There actually aren't many uncommons that don't have skills. So, I'm going to choose my lines with my highly strong rare in the center being used all 3 times. Usually your strongest guy goes in the center, and you can automatically arrange your party so the strongest guy is in the center. But I want him to be used all rounds. Oh, he used his skill, Pyro All, and I win. Well thought, you've now completed the tutorial. So that's the first part of it, just teaching you how to select your formations, and now we actually go through the first area. So, first head to a nearby village. Your people are hurt and must regroup. Yes, my guys got pretty hurt, but they actually heal with every area you go into. You are in the land of the Xana, the most human-like of the tribes. The Xana are gallants, subjects of the chivalrous suzerain, whatever the heck that means. So, we're going to select our first area, and as you can see, our little hand guy's pointing over there, and we get 6 ashtads for that, which will let us see what fusing is like. So we're going to go along here, and it's pretty straightforward. You just press go, and unfortunately there's a lot of lag, but use energy to go. It takes 5 energy to take a step, and sometimes you encounter enemies, you encounter special drops like healing items or resurrection items or stuff like that. And then of course there is money in this game, which is pretty awesome. I'm going to pause for a second. Unlike Blood Brothers, unfortunately, you know, we all have tons of gold and nothing to do with it. This game actually has a little shop that you can use with your currency. All the currency you get can be changed into stones, which can be used to summon more guys. You can also get energy items, so pretty much the equivalent of mandrakes. And you can get weapons, which are a pretty fun thing in this game. You can equip certain weapons, which will teach your guy an extra skill, have an extra skill proc. Pretty cool. Or you can just get Pavilion, which is pretty useful. Pavilion actually increases your inventory by 10. This game is a little strange in the sense that you need 6 of every sort of familiar, or they call it warrior, to evolve. And it doesn't matter whether they're maxed or not before you evolve them. You just have to fuse them together, and then you get the next step. So, common to uncommon, uncommon to rare, rare to epic, you know, the same thing. Although, instead of Blood Brothers where there are 2 steps, there are 3 steps in this game. So anyway, that little tidbit aside, skill procs are pretty cool. It's not a percentage, it's actually based on a countdown. So I'm gonna go here and start this battle. X out of that. And so, as you can see, he has a 4. So I'm going to select my lines here. And every time a line attacks, it goes down by 1. So you can time your attacks to a certain degree. And as you can see here, we got Pixite and Texi. Texi is the currency, Pixite are the stones. So just from fighting, you get these stones. You'll have a lot more stones than you have coins in Blood Brothers, which is pretty nice. Now, I'm going to kind of fast forward to something useful here. So, fast forwarding here. More fighting. As you see, so now 1, and I completed it, and yeah, let me actually show you just completing it. Pretty much you just get to the end of this line, you complete it, and I get my 6 ashtads. So, pretty much what you need to know with the ashtads is now I can fuse them together. And I think I actually missed something. Before I show the fusion of the ashtads, I think I missed the login bonus, which was pretty cool. Let's go back here. Scrubbing. Here we go. So anyway, if you log in now and log in every day from now, you get some bonuses. My game actually crashed, that's why it went to the login screen. But there's a special promotion going on at the moment. Of course, it's going to end on the 26th, which is actually, I believe, in a day. So it's going to end pretty soon, unfortunately. But might as well log in now, get something cool. So anyway, I'm going to move on here. You also get login bonuses, which are more warriors. So I get my special login bonuses, so on and so forth, and then it's going to tell me about the current event. But anyway, let's go fuse those ashtads now. So we have 6 common ashtads. I can fuse them all together, and with this self-fusion, I can get the next step, which is this dude. And as you can see, he looks different, and his stats have all gone up. So now it's going to tell me about the event, and usually there's always an event going on, which is pretty nice, so I'm just going to skip through the event stuff to show you the current bonus that you can get if you do start playing. So, just going to scroll here. because this is your first event, no matter what event is going on, I believe you do get a special guy if you start playing now during the event. So, because this is your first event, they give you a powerful fighter and some bonus items, which is always great. As you can see here, you got Nuxbits, which give you morale, the equivalent of morale, which is actually called battle points. Then this is like a mini mandrake, which is pretty useful. There is a limit of 10 being able to be used each day, which is still pretty cool. You can use as many bitters, as they're called, which is a full mandrake equivalent a day. You can use as many as you want. But then here we have fusion items, Ikupi and Benunu, which are pretty much the same thing as Sanguine Shade and the other guy. I forgot what his name is. And then, of course, a healing item. So, in other words, you get a lot of cool stuff just for signing up now. So, I'm going to go through this. And we got this new guy here. And I click auto in the lower right hand corner to put him in the middle. It'll arrange my group just by how good they are. The best guy in the center. So, from here, I'm going to choose my new guy that I got. The guy who's in the center. And I got all these Akupis and all these Benunus and whatever. So I'm going to go over to Power Fusion, which is basically powering up. And I'm going to select all of these Akupis and Benunus, and I'm going to click Fuse. And I'm going to fuse them together, and basically he is going to get boosted a lot. This is how you level up your guys, and you want to level up your most powerful guy first, definitely. As you can see, he has a crazy amount of stats, but that's also because he has an edge. For this event and certain events, certain warriors have edges, and what this means is all of their stats are multiplied. Most of the time, it's event rares, event uncommons, event anything that is given an edge, but once in a while, they'll just give it to a certain random guy. So it's good to have a lot of different warriors, because who knows which event you'll get an edge warrior. So anyway, I'm going to move on and show you a little bit about the home screen. So first of all, we see that we have stuff in the more section, and we can check out cache, which is, or catch, whatever. And you can see here that we've got stuff. This was from our little login promotion. Actually, no, this is the sign up promotion. So we got all this stuff: revival items, bitters, which is equivalent of mandrake, nux, which is the equivalent of a Gjallarhorn. Good stuff. So we can pick that all up, and from there we can finally enter an invite ID. So from the front page, I'm gonna go back here a little bit. You see this, which says got invite ID, and by going here, you can enter an invite ID and get a lot of good stuff. Why did that go again? Okay, so here we are on the screen, and I'm going to show you what you get. So, pretty much, there is no mystery about what you get here. When you do enter an invite code, you get Greywhack, which is an event guy. Of course, this will be different if you sign up at a later date. You'll get a different event-edged guy here, but for this event it is Greywhack, and you get Nuxbits, 30 Nuxbits, which is a lot. That's like 30 bugles. Then you get 10 Pixite, which is equivalent of about 10 copper coins, and 5 Agile Leaves, which are like mini mandrakes. They heal 30 agility each when you can have 100 max, so this is about mandrake and a half-ish, a little more than that. So anyway, let's continue. That's what you get when you enter a code. And this is any code. No code gives better things than other codes. There's no such thing as a special epic code. So I'm going to be using my invite ID here, and I will show you what it is. It's 7DT with a lowercase p. So I'm going to enter that, press go, and things have been delivered to my cache, whatever. So I'm going to go over and pick them up. Feel free to use my invite code if you need to. And of course, it would help me out as well, which would be very much appreciated. Okay, so now what to do? I am going to auto-arrange my guys because I got a new rare from entering that invite code. As you can see, there he is. Greywhack, rare. So I'm going to go back and auto. There we go. And as you can see, he's not better than that lion dude I got, but he's still pretty good. And so now I got 3 rares on my party screen, or band as they call it. So from here, I'm going to build, and I'm going to show you what building is. Building is, of course, kind of like the graveyard in Blood Brothers, and I got some Voxite, which is equivalent of a silver coin. It's actually a little bit better than a silver coin per se, because you can only get uncommons and up. So I'm going to use my Voxite. And of course, it's all random. It says what you might get. You might get an epic, you might get a rare, but most likely you're going to get an uncommon. So I'm going to build and show you what I got. And I actually did get a rare. And uncommon, another uncommon, another common, another uncommon. And as you can see, I'm just going to pause for 1 second. I'm sure you probably recognize this guy over here, huh? I know I do. Blood Brothers. He looks a lot like... Oh my goodness, what is his name? Gizlandi. The big sword over his back and flowing hair and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm going to go back to my band now. Auto again, because I'm going to have 4 rares now. Kind of replace this common guy. Yeah, there we go. And you can see the rares usually go in kind of the star formation, so you can select that way, and whatever other way you want. So I'm going to use all the pick side. I'm just going to quickly skip through most of this because there's a lot of stuff. And you get this screen here. I got it rare. Oh, that's pretty cool. And I got uncommons, and got some commons, and so on and so forth. So from here, I'm going to go and let's level up this guy, because I got a lot of Akupi's. And I'm going to go back to the power fusion. Going to fuse them together. Yes, I would like to fuse. And let's up his stats. So he's going to be pretty good. So we're going to have 2 really good rares that are leveled up. There we go. You see all those stats go up. And so now we've got actually more rares. We can actually, from here, go back and auto-arrange again. But from here, there's also one more thing that we have to do. We have to fuse manually. See, if I pause right here and show you the count, right now my max inventory count is 51. I have 32 out of 51, and as you level up, or I can't exactly remember what they call it at the moment, but anyway, once you level up, you get this maxed by 1. So pretty much I would have to gain some more levels, and once it reaches 100, you could just click a button and fuse all of them together. But for now, we can't do that. We have to manually fuse. So I am going to press this here and scroll up to the top and press self-fusible. So once I press self-fusible, it will only show the guys that I can fuse. As you see, these are the guys that we have multiples of, which means we could fuse them together, which is pretty much the same as evolving, but they won't evolve until we have 6 of them fused together. So I'm going to go to self-fusion here, press that, fuse all of them together, and as you see here, we're going to get him here with, and I'm going to pause right here. I don't know, he disappeared. But anyway, so this is self-fusion. He's got 4 out of 5, so I need to get 1 more Ashtad and fuse them together to get 5 out of 5, which means that he will upgrade to the next level, uncommon. And then I can fuse those uncommons together to make a rare. Now, remember there are 3 stages in this, so you can only evolve it 3 different stages, from common to uncommon to rare. Now, meanwhile, if you have a guy that starts out at uncommon, it is pretty likely that he can go to rare and then to epic. Now, keep in mind, it's a little confusing because you can't tell if anybody has a pre-stage. So, you can't really tell if the uncommon you got had a common stage or will go all the way to epic. That is kind of what the wiki is used for. There is a wiki. It's defenderoftexel.wikia.com. So you can look that up. But anyway, I'm going to just fuse all these together. I'm going to skip through it because it's rather boring to watch. But you do get that self-fusion button later, which is pretty good. So now that I have all my guys fused, I'm going to auto, and there we go. This is my final band without doing really anything. As you can see, I have 5 rares. You might not have 5 rares, and you're definitely not going to have these guys if you do it after this event is done. But you will get equivalents from the whatever event is going on at the moment. But as you can see, this is a guy that I got from my dock site. Same with this guy. This was the promotion guy I got from signing up currently. This was the guy I got at the beginning. And generally, I have a really nice band now. Just for starting out, I have a pretty good advantage in this game. So anyway, remember, if you want to play this game, you do need a invite code if you want to get good stuff. So remember, my invite code is... Let me go to it. Where is it? 7DT with a lowercase p. And when you enter that, you get a lot of good stuff. Remember, all invite codes give you the same thing. If some guy claims on the comment section that his stuff gives super epics and whatever, it's a lie. It's all the same. So anyway, hope you guys all have a pretty good start to this game and have fun with it. It's really not a bad game. It's pretty cool, and it's probably a lot easier than Blood Brothers at the moment. You can get pretty far without paying a single dime. And of course, there is a bazaar, and it's pretty similar to Blood Brothers, so you can just play around with it, whatnot. Anyway, good luck everybody, and take care.